Hey Lawn Care Nation, in this video I want to talk about the importance of using commercial equipment in your lawn care business. Coming up. So hey Lawn Care Nation, over the course of the last 13 years in my lawn care business, I can attribute a lot of the success in my business to being forced to use commercial equipment. Now I say forced because when I initially started my lawn care business back in 2005, I started out primarily by buying into a franchise system that also included a brand new equipment package, and all of that equipment was all commercial grade equipment. And I quickly learned the value of using commercial grade equipment in your lawn care business. I'll share a short story with you guys that really sort of drove that home for me. I was mowing a lawn with my commercial 21-inch mower Honda HRC 216, and partway through the mowing in the backyard, I could hear a funny noise coming from underneath the deck. I quickly stopped the mower, flipped it on its side, and I found that one of the two bolts that holds the dual blade system in place was missing. So obviously when I had sharpened the blade and put it back on, I didn't tighten those bolts to the proper torque specifications, and one worked its way loose and got lost. Now, if I was using a residential mower, this could mean a huge amount of downtime, having to go to a lawnmower repair place and looking for that specific part. And in a lot of cases with residential equipment, it could take a few months at times to order the correct parts and wait for them to come in. Being a commercial piece of equipment and my dealer being in the same city that I work in, I loaded up the equipment, drove to the dealer. It was about 15 minutes away, and because it's a commercial piece of equipment that they regularly have in stock, they also have a bunch of the replacement parts in stock for that particular piece of equipment, and they had one of those particular bolts that I needed to hold the lawnmower blade on. So I quickly bought that bolt and was back mowing that customer's lawn, within 45 minutes or so round trip from the time it took me to pack up and leave, go pick up the part, come back and get it all squared away and back to mowing. So, over the years, I found this sort of repeat over and over again of needing something for a particular piece of equipment, whether it's been my aerator, other mowers, my walker, things like that over the years. This past year, it was the belt for my turf tracer. So in the middle of a brand new job, a new customer mowing their lawn that had been left for a few weeks without being mowed, was needing a large, good initial cut. The turf tracer belt broke on me halfway through the mowing. Again, just mowing along, started hearing some weird noises, some big vibrations happening, shut the mower down and lifted the cover off and found that the belt had some big chunks missing out of it. Again, being a commercial piece of equipment, I was able to drive to my dealer and get, that particular belt right there on the spot. No need to order it, no need to wait any longer. Just pick it up and install it. I actually installed it right in their parking lot on my machine that was on the trailer, and was back at that customer's house finishing off that mow. So like I said, that sort of trend has repeated over the years. And I've seen a lot of times where with residential pieces of equipment, where it can take months. I know this from experience because a lot of the calls I get in the spring are from clients just looking for somebody to temporarily mow their lawn because they went to start their mower and something's not right. It just doesn't work. It needs a new carburetor. It needs some other part. And they took it to the same dealer that I deal with all my commercial stuff, and that dealer has to now order those parts because it's not a commercial piece of equipment. It's not something that they stock. So it can really help with your downtime. The other big thing with using commercial equipment is that those breakdowns are much less frequent. A commercial piece of equipment can go on and on and on and take a serious amount of abuse over the years before you need to do any sort of major repairs to it. For the most part, doing standard regular maintenance on the machine will prolong its life, and you can put literally thousands of hours on commercial grade equipment. So like I said, I can see the benefit firsthand of using commercial grade equipment in your lawn care business. But I know that when you're starting out your business, the most important thing in business is to make a profit, obviously to survive and to grow your business. But at the end of the day, it's that bottom line. Are you making money in your business? And when you're starting out, it may not be the smartest thing to go and invest in a bunch of commercial equipment if you're buying stuff all at once. So my advice to guys starting out would be to look at the used market if you can afford new commercial grade equipment, especially if what you're going to be using or using that piece of equipment for isn't going to be utilized on a daily basis. So take myself, for example. Over the years, I've done predominantly most of my clients with a 21-inch mower, but every year I do have a smaller subset of clients that have a bit larger property that need to be done with something bigger than the 21-inch mower. So I've tried a bunch of different types of equipment, and I found in my lawn care business that for my particular situation and for the conditions that I mow, that a lighter weight machine is more suited for those lawns, especially because they're not the majority of my lawns. So I've tried things like Gravely Zero Turns, even a Walker in 2017 that I bought brand new, and they were all fantastic machines, but they were also very, very heavy. And because it rains here quite often, I found that using a residential tractor on those particular properties did just as well of a job, but it didn't rut those lawns because it was so lightweight. I've recently tried looking at the used market and purchased a 36-inch turf tracer, and part of the deciding factor with that was I wanted the speed of a commercial mower that I missed from having the Walker and the Gravely previously when I went back to using a tractor, but I wanted something that weighed similar to the tractor. And I found that that 36-inch turf tracer weighed in the same amount within 100 pounds or so of that residential style tractor, and it's been a fantastic fit for me. But again, with the amount of clients that I need to service it for, purchasing new wouldn't be good for my bottom line. So looking at that used market fit that niche perfectly for me. So a lot of options when you're starting out. If worse comes to worse and the important thing is just to get started, to get your business rolling, then yes, you can use that residential equipment. Just make sure that you've got a backup plan for it. The worst thing you want to do is have that stuff break down and not have a way to be able to service those clients while you're waiting for that equipment to be repaired. Over time, invest in that commercial grade equipment, especially where that equipment will be used predominantly for the majority of your work. Again, as time goes and as your business grows, you can supplement that commercial equipment with residential pieces if there are pieces that aren't going to be used frequently, stuff that's just used from time to time. I think that's all right. And you can get a good mix in there without breaking the bank. So that's it for this one, guys. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. Leave a comment down below and let me know if you've ever used residential grade equipment in your lawn care business, or if you found, like in my case, that for particular pieces of equipment, that residential grade equipment was actually better for your business than using the commercial counterpart. So that's it for this one, guys. Here's to wishing you guys all overwhelming success and freedom in your lawn care business. Bye for now.